Salute comrades, it's your friend Horatiu Zglimbea, aka the Baby Communist, and I'm here on the set of The Quick Take, and joining me for the first time in a long time, Mailfern OG, Matthew Geronimo McCormick. Matt, welcome to the set of The Quick Take for the first time in a long time. How's it going?
Geronimo's not my middle name. I'm already regretting this decision. One, the fact that we've been friends for about 4 years and can't remember my name, so. Oops. It's your boy, Matt McCormick, here on the set of The Quick Take. We're here today reviewing Annihilation, starring not only Natalie Portman, but all the Port women and Port children as well.
Oh.
And Tessa Thompson and Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Oscar Isaac is in it.
Poe Dameron, yeah, a couple other people.
The last time you were on The Quick Take with me, we reviewed a movie with Oscar Isaac briefly.
Yeah, that movie was garbage. Do you want to read the plot synopsis from IMDb?
You're ruining everything. We have to go to the theme song! Welcome back to The Quick Take.
And welcome back to The Quick Take. Horatiu Zglimbea is going to read the plot synopsis from IMDb.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm the host. I do what I please. A biologist signs up for a dangerous secret expedition where the laws of nature don't apply.
Yeah, that's the movie. Yeah.
So Natalie Portman stars as the biologist, and they're going into this thing called the Shimmer. It's taken over a large portion of some state. They never really specify which. They send in a team of 5 women scientists to go find out what the problem is. Things go awry. People turn into flower people. There's a bear that rips off some jaws. It's a very intense movie. So Matt, what'd you think?
I like that you use the word intense because I found it intensely boring. Yeah, no, this movie was boring as shit. The visuals were cool, kind of. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
They were very striking. I think the CGI, they did a really good job.
Or they spent most of the money on.
Exactly. They had a couple of times where they showed hybrid creatures, because apparently this Shimmer thing is supposed to be refracting DNA and mixing it with other things. Those were pretty cool scenes. The world itself, the colors, the fungus that's growing on everything. Really cool to see.
What I found is those sweet visuals are so few and far between, to where I was sitting there, I was like, oh, I like the color, but, you know, I want this to be over. Natalie Portman is not a very lately good actor.
Actress.
Some would get mad that you say that.
It had that all-female cast, or mostly female cast, and they didn't really flaunt it. On top of that, I think the director even said that he didn't want people to focus on this. He wanted people to focus on the story, and he didn't want people to focus on the characters being all female. And it's good, because we need to normalize stuff like this rather than putting it up on a pedestal, whether it's good or bad.
So what you're saying is we should treat everybody the same, regardless of what they are, and just treat them like a human being.
I think that's exactly what I'm saying.
Too bad they didn't learn this lesson last year with Ghostbusters.
Even though they did have that all-female-led cast and with some pretty big names in there.
It was about as useful as a wet towel at the beach.
Absolutely, because nobody really acted a way that you'd think they'd act. You didn't really get a good character development of each character. The entire cast
wasted.
There was 4 big names: Benedict, Wong, Natalie Portman, Oscar Isaac, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and even that 5th Tessa Thompson. And I just didn't really feel like
I just didn't care about them.
Yeah.
I didn't care about anybody. Everyone just kind of felt like they were there for the paycheck.
Mm-hmm. Everyone was emotionless. You didn't connect with any of these characters. The only person that you connected with was the first person that they killed, that the man-bear-pig thing killed. You know, that she was actually trying to develop her background and make you feel for her and connect, and then they killed her off immediately. And then from then on, people were just devoid of emotion.
Yeah.
You seem to be struggling a little bit, Matthew.
I'm struggling with the movie because, you know, there's like this bear thing and everyone's making a big deal about this bear, but it looks like a bear with the head of the Skull Crushers from Kong Skull Island, and it just felt like a hodgepodge of everything science fiction into one. It felt like
an amalgam, if you will.
Amalgam.
It was very plodding, I'll give you that. It took us to the ending, which happened in the lighthouse where the shimmer began. You're left wondering exactly what the point of the movie was.
The whole point of the movie is like an organic Borg, essentially, if you've seen Star Trek.
Nerd.
But am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Exactly. So if you could literally, someone in post put Star Trek Annihilation, and it works. There's
Not much spooky, really, other than just the creepy nature of the atmosphere that they're in. But barring that, it's not really a scary film.
Because all the spooky moments in this movie are all jump scares, and it's not even that creepy. It's not action-packed. It's not thrilling. It looks pretty, but it's the equivalent of an Instagram post. Looks great, but empty as
That's, wow.
It's a good metaphor, isn't it?
It's a very good metaphor. It's a good social commentary on the world of today. The score was really good.
I didn't notice a score until the end of it, when it felt like the Chill Lo-Fi Beats playlist on YouTube with just like a kaleidoscope.
Sure. But you gotta admit the theme music to it with that weird synth noise actually was pretty cool. I guess he doesn't. I think they tried really, really hard to interject some kind of human emotion into this movie. They had a weird subplot about Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac's character not having the greatest of relationships and her cheating on him with her colleague. It just felt very contrived and very shoehorned in. They wrapped the movie in this kind of flashback, flash forward in the present kind of thing, which kind of also felt shoehorned in, like they needed to dumb it down for the audience and say, hey, this is what's happening and this is what happened.
It's little bits of every big major science fiction movie over the past 20 years all thrown into one. It's like they wanted to be Predator, but they also wanted to be Arrival, but they also wanted to be Jurassic Park, but they also wanted to be
every other sci-fi movie you could possibly want.
Exactly. One of these days we're gonna stop ripping off Star Trek. One of these days we're gonna realize that just putting rainbows on things doesn't make them pretty. One of these days we're gonna realize that Natalie Portman can't really act.
Ooh, sick burn.
And
nice.
And you're done. And you're done.
At the end, Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac are hugging in the quarantine area, and their eyes are glowing after Natalie Portman had her encounter with the alien species, whatever. What do you think that meant at the end?
I think that the screenwriters and the director wanted a very ambiguous ending to this in case it does get successful, so they had the doors open to a sequel.
Your worst fear.
Yeah, it is my worst fear. I feel like it was just a cop-out, open-ended ending to make you feel like there was an ending. It's like the spinning top at the end of Inception. Ooh. Nobody gives a but it's there to make you say like, oh, maybe.
Well, Matt, what are you gonna give this movie out of 5 whatevers?
I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5 Poe Damerons, but I'm gonna give it to where right when General Leia like demotes him and he's looking real sad and he's real angry. Last Jedi Poe Dameron, your favorite Poe Dameron.
So how am I supposed to find that? Insert regular Poe Dameron in here.
Sad Poe Dameron. I'm giving it 2 sad Poe Damerons. No happy Poe Damerons, no reunited with BB-8 Poe Damerons, sad Poe Damerons. If you want a much better movie about aliens showing up, I would check out either Arrival or Independence Day Resurgence.
Oh boy.
And that's all I got.
I'm gonna go a little bit higher because I did enjoy the different aspect of this movie, and it kept me interested throughout the whole thing. So I'm gonna go 3.5 out of 5 decaying bear creatures that can scream like the people that it kills.
3.5 bears that are half bear, half thing from Kong Skull Island.
3.5 man bear pigs.
With the head of the thing from Kong Skull Island. Yeah.
Well, that does it for today's episode of The Quick Take. Matt, it was great having you back. Maybe we can get you back on here before, July rolls around.
You never know.
We'll see if you can pencil us into your schedule. Tune in next time when we review some other stupid and possibly life-changing movie. We have a lot of hot and cold. We don't do anything in the middle. So follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, I guess, like always. Bye! See you!
communist